Welcome back to another episode of the Tit For Tat podcast. Today is going to be only me and Max. A couple of our own other members couldn't make it today. So today we're going to be talking about the AFC NFC Championship Picks, the All-Star starters. We have a new segment that we're going to get into. We're going to wait a little bit until we get to that. And then we have NBA tiers at the All-Star break. And we have some of the head coach hirings and firings that's been recent. So we're going to talk about that. And that's all. What's your week been like, Max?
It's been pretty cold, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of snow. Unfortunately, it started getting windy the past couple of days, so it's been kind of unbearable. But big weekend in sports coming up. We got, for all the hockey fans out there, we got the All-Star game coming up next week. We got the NBA All-Star game coming up. We got big playoff games for the NFL coming up. It's a good time to be a sports fan, I'll say. College basketball's in full effect. It's just, a lot of stuff's going on right now, so we got a lot to talk about. So let's hop into the episode.
Yeah, speaking about college basketball, I think we definitely should start to get into that.
March Madness coming up. March Madness coming up soon, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be a good tournament.
Yeah, but my week though, it was pretty smooth. Yeah, a lot of snow. It's been freezing. I've been yesterday I didn't even go to class. I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. It's too cold. But first we can start off with the
That's wild.
NBA.
That's wild.
Bro, it was too cold, and I only had one class on Friday. Like the only class I have on Friday is a 9:00 class. So I didn't want to go.
I got one class at 3. It's a 50-minute lecture, so it's just I gotta wake up and just make my little walk over to that class. But it was cold as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
So I think on Thursday the All-Star starters were released, and I think so for the East is they have Donovan Mitchell, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, KD, and Giannis. And for the West, they have Steph, Luka, LeBron, Zion, and who was the center? Oh, Jokic.
Yeah. So I got a question. Because they released the like the cards, the voting cards, right?
Right.
So how much because I didn't know players voted. And how much that goes into effect. Yeah, you can go, but I was like, I didn't know that was that much of a big deal. I knew the fan vote was basically for the captains. I knew that was a big deal. But ever since Wiggins last year, they had to kind of rework it because Wiggins is not an All-Star starter last year. So it's like you kind of had to even it out with other stuff. But yeah, I had no idea that the players voted because I was looking at it and I see I was with you guys a couple episodes ago. I did not think Kyrie was even going to touch the All-Star starters. I'd say he wasn't deserving of one, but I thought they would have picked. When we talked about it, we didn't have it up there. Granted, he was and then
it's probably between Tyrese and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I was between Jaylen Brown and Tyrese, and Kyrie's having a great year. He's 27, 5, and 5, and the Nets are surging. But I was with you guys. I was kind of surprised to not see Jaylen Brown. After the year he's having, I was kind of surprised not to see Boston not having Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in that top. But as you saw, players voted Kyrie number 1 for guards in the East. So, it's kind of like that respect thing. No matter what stats or whatever's happening with Kyrie, he's going to get his nod just because he's Kyrie Irving. So,
I think the All-Star game has always been a popularity contest. As much as the players have a vote in it, I think it's very much fan-based because you allowing the fans to vote. It's kind of problematic. So that's when we see my biggest gripe with the starters this year is, first of all, I don't think Zion should be starting. I don't think Tatum should be starting. It's an argument that Curry should be.
We do have to have Jay on this. We got to talk to Jay about this when he goes back. But yes, we do have to.
Yeah.
The Zion thing is definitely questionable.
So even for Curry, it's an argument that Shea can be over Curry. It's a popularity contest. He's not more popular than Curry. And then I think for the East, it's just they need to move it to a positionless. It needs to be positionless. And it should be the best 30 players. It should be the best 30 players in the NBA. And then for the starting lineup, it should be the best 10 players in the NBA, regardless of conference, regardless of position. Because it's no way that Joel Embiid should be averaging 33 points and be the third best record in the NBA and not be an All-Star starter.
So who does
he's had a better season than Tatum.
If it's positionless, if it's positionless, does he kick out?
Oh, if it's positionless, he's kicking out Kyrie. And
because Kyrie was first in the fan vote, so honestly, I think he'd kick out D. Mitch.
D. Mitch has had a better season than
Understand,
Kyrie
but
though.
what you said is a popularity contest. Like I think Donovan Mitchell gets kicked out of the starting five, and I don't think he deserves to. But I agree, Embiid.
I don't
Is
think it should be a
crazy.
popularity contest.
Yeah,
Like, so when we look into the West, Zion is one of the most popular polarizing players in the NBA, and I don't think he deserves to be a All-Star starter. First,
yeah. Go
he's
into
only
it.
played 29 games. He's only played 29 games. And Sabonis, for instance, has played 45 games and averaging 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. 7 assists, Max. Like, okay, so if you don't want to say Sabonis is having a better year than Zion, which it can be argued that he is, because first of all, the
Kings are up.
the
by
Kings
this
are the
one.
third seed.
Mm-hmm.
The third seed.
They're 2 games up on them.
And the Pelicans have a much better roster. If you don't want to say Sabonis, AD is having a better season than Zion. AD only played 3 less games. Zion has played 29. AD has played 26, and it's clear that AD is having a better season than Zion. Like when he's in the lineup for the Lakers, it's like 2 different worlds. So if we want to do that, if we want to put a player with 29 games played in an All-Star starter, it's just that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for the NBA, and they need to address that in the coming years.
That's why he's missed 20 games for the Pelicans. He's missed 20 games. That's insane.
20 games. How are you playing half the season up into 10 out and getting to the All-Star starters? Like the fans are not going to vote Sabonis in, and I don't think the players are going to vote Sabonis in either. As much as you don't think, but the NBA is very political. They vote who they liked.
So you heard about the new format, right? They're drafting before the game.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I don't. I like.
Why don't you like that? It gives it like we're at the park. Let's pick up teams.
I like when they got like to practice together and they could draw like, you know what I mean? Like I like when they draft teams beforehand and they actually had like Team LeBron and Team Curry practice. You know what I mean? And then you could set up plays. You could like, I feel like it's like, I get it. Right?
That's pretty cool too.
It's not like off the thing,
that.
but like those practices were fun to watch. In the game, you could like whatever have some. You could run plays. You could set. You know what I mean? Like it kind of made it more of a team versus just like a pickup team. I agree. It is kind of cool, and like it'll never happen, but it like points more towards like that one-on-one tournament that we've talked about forever. You know what I mean? Which again,
It's never happening.
I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, like I feel like it's gonna be someone like LeBron or like Kawhi, who's like they don't want to do it because they don't have to show the. You know what I mean? Like if you lose in a one-on-one, like you're a worse player. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's gonna get into all this contention, and people don't want to, like players don't want to lose that. But I think like it'd be so much fun. But like yeah, I do agree that like when you draft teams like right before the game, it does create like you're at the park. It's just pick up basketball. So but that's the thing. Like, are they just getting their like? So, do you see the jerseys, the blue and the red jerseys? Right.
The jerseys that's
yeah,
the recent ones,
the All-Star jerseys, yeah,
they're not that good.
I'm not gonna lie, I like them a lot. I don't think they're bad.
Why do you like them a lot?
I like the city editions for Utah. I just think that gradient's cool. I like the red and the yellow one better. But like, I mean, Shea's gonna have 2 jerseys. You know what I mean? Shea's gonna be an All-Star, but like Shea's gonna have 2 jerseys, and we just pick. You know what I mean? Like,
and then you could buy
exactly.
both of them. Those are that's fire.
That's what they did. They did that in the past. All right, like I have a Giannis and Luka All-Star game jersey from Chicago, but it's on the wrong colors. Like Giannis played for the red team, Luka played for the blue team. I have a Luka in red, Giannis in blue. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of cool. You can switch the colors, but like literally, like Shea won't know what jersey he's wearing. Like Nike doesn't know what jersey Shea's wearing until the day. You know what I mean? So it's like, are they gonna like give him the jersey on stage? Like I don't know how like quickly this is all gonna like play out. You know what I mean? Like literally everyone's in front.
Yeah, they said it's gonna be right before the game.
Yeah, like just draft and go, or like draft. Okay, go back to the locker room. Do it.
I'm telling you, Max, they're gonna do it like, oh, we're at the park. Come, you over here, you over here. That's gonna be pretty cool to see. I think that it gives like a nostalgic feel.
LeBron gets first pick, right?
Because
he had the most picks, or he had the most votes.
LeBron gets the most picks because he's LeBron. He gets the most picks. He gets the first pick because he's LeBron James. That's why he gets the first pick.
That's true.
Also, one day we gotta have a conversation about LeBron being the greatest GM in NBA history. But
Pat Riley might be.
What do you think? What do you think? The reserves are going to be. Let's predict the reserves because there's some snubs on the starters list, but there's going to be some snubs on the reserves as well.
I mean,
so it's similar players
on each team, right?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, it's going to be
Shea and Embiid. Shea and Embiid are guaranteed. I'm not worried about those two.
De'Aaron Fox has to get in for the West.
Let's see. I'm trying to get a list. Shane and Embiid are guaranteed. Jaylen Brown's guaranteed. Uh,
Tyrese Halliburton.
you think Tyrese is
Probably.
guaranteed?
Yes, he's getting in. He's getting in. He has to get in.
Why can't I find a list?
For the East, also, I think one of the Knicks players have to get in. That's people been I've been seeing that
Knicks
agenda push on
players?
Twitter. Yeah.
What do you think, Brunson?
Brunson might get in. Brunson has been having an amazing season. People were talking about that contract before the season, saying he might be overpaid, but no, he's been having an amazing season. He linked up to that contract fully, bro.
Why can't I find this?
I was just trying to find it too.
I got a couple.
All right.
Let me see if I can pull up this Twitter thing. It's just the NBA votes. Yeah, I don't. So that's my thing. I don't get Wiggins being a starter. What's Wiggins even put up this year? It's just Warriors fans voting for him.
Wiggins has had a better year than last year, to be honest.
But I don't think he should have. I don't think he should have been all-star last year. All-star starter last year.
It was a lot of injuries.
Paul George. I'll be biased. Paul George should be a starter, or not a starter. Should
no.
Sorry, not a starter.
Yeah, he definitely should play.
He should be a reserve. Paul George, Anthony Davis, AD, Paul George, Josh, Shea, 4 guarantees in the West. JoJo, Jaylen Brown. Do you think Trae Young gets it this year just by his name?
Trae Young's gonna get it. Yeah, he's gonna get it.
So you think
he's not gonna be a starter? But he should be reserved.
What do you think about Paolo?
Paolo's not getting in. He ain't ready yet.
So? It's Kuzma, Paolo or Kuzma? Who would you rather have as an all-star starter?
You mean reserve? But
yeah, keep saying starter. Yeah.
What you mean, bro? They don't have to get in. They definitely don't have to get in.
I'm just saying. Looking at this list, you got Siakam, you got Embiid, you got Jimmy Butler. Those are 3 people who are averaging more, who have more votes than those guys.
Yeah, so you get.
I'm just saying.
You get Butler, Jimmy Butler in there. You get Siakam in there.
You get 10, right? We just talked about you get 10.
Yeah. Are you counting? I'm not counting.
I'm trying to count. So you got 10 reserves. Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Jimmy Butler. That's 3. Jaylen Brown, James Harden. That's 5. Trae Young, Tyrese Halliburton. That's 7. You got 3 spots. You want to put 1 Knick player in there?
You get a nod to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has been having an amazing season.
Jalen Brunson. That's 8.
He's all-star this year.
That's 8. So now you have 2 spots. You have Nicholas Claxton, he's had a good surge defensively. He's been playing really well. You got Paolo. You got Kuzma. I'm trying to look at teams now.
Bam.
Yeah.
You get Bam in there. You got to get Bam in there.
DG fell off. I wouldn't pick him. K-Mid's been injured for a while. Just he won't get a nod. I'm not gonna lie. Like if it's strictly a player's game, Drew Holiday has to get a look at this one of these days.
No, he's not getting a look.
He's like Drew Holiday.
You added who did I just say?
Bam.
So
that's 9. That's 9. You got 1 spot. So I'm just saying, if
you got Darius Garland,
what's DG been putting up this year? I'm just simply saying, if it comes down to Kuzma and Ben Carroll for that last spot, who are you picking? Who's had a better year in your opinion? Kuzma's averaging like 25 or something. Okay.
No, he's not averaging 25. He's not averaging 25. Ben Carroll's had a better year than him.
Kuzma's averaging 22, 7, and 4.
For the entire season?
Yeah.
No, that's insane.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, Kuzma's been scoring the ball wild.
I know that.
Shooting splits aren't great. Still
that's
shooting 34%.
That's all he does.
Yeah, someone's got to take shots for him. But, like, it's sad. Bradley Beal.
I think Paolo's a better player than Kuzma right now.
Yeah,
Paolo's a better player than Kuzma right now.
I think both guys have a chance, like have a case. You know what I mean? Like they want to see an all-star rookie get in, and they also want to see a guy like Kuzma who's trying to revive his career. But I'd love to see Paolo in the all-star game all the time. Out west, do you think? Dame's all-star. Not worried. Austin Reeves has more votes than Devin Booker. I love that.
D Book is injured. I don't know if he's gonna be back by the time, so he'll probably get a nod. But somebody's gonna replace him. He hasn't played a lot of games.
You think Russ gets a nod or no?
Fuck no. He's not getting in. I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry Markkinen.
Lauri Markkinen is getting in. He's an all-star this year.
I think Sabonis. Okay. So we got our 10 out. We got our 10 out east.
Right.
If you go 10 out west, you got Davis, Paul George. You think Wiggins?
No.
Davis, Paul George, Larry Markkinen, Ja, Shea, 5. Sabonis.
That's 6?
6 with Sabonis, 7 with Dame. You got Fox.
You just put Fox in there, so that's 8?
Yeah, I'll put Fox in there. The Kings having 2 All-Stars at the start of the year is crazy. Has Desmond Bane been balling this year? Is he putting up All-Star numbers?
Desmond Bane has been balling this year, but I don't know if he's a starter yet.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no,
no, I don't know
All-Star.
if he's. I don't know if he's a. I don't know if he's a
I
reserve
mean,
yet.
you're
I think
looking
he's
at
a
everybody
starter.
else, like the Sons have injuries. Is Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Evers is an all-star this year. He's been hooping, bro. His
Whoa,
last
wait. We're not gonna just. What does that mean? He's been pooping? What the fuck does that
no,
mean?
I said he's been
Oh,
hooping.
I thought
I
you said he's
said
been.
Anthony Evers
I
has
thought
been
he's been
hooping.
pooping. I was like, what does that mean?
No,
That was
man.
weird.
Anthony Edwards has been hooping this year.
Yeah, no.
So we
What?
gotta put him in there.
20, 25, 6, and almost 5 on splits. Splits aren't bad. Yeah, he hit what? Did he hit like 1,000?
He's a future.
Didn't he
He's
hit
a
like?
future in
Didn't he just hit like 1,000, like a couple thousand threes? Didn't you see that?
what?
He like just hit he hit a big marker. I didn't know he was a shooter like that, but he just hit
No, he's one of the youngest players to hit a certain mark for
that's
threes.
what I'm
But that's
saying. Like
because
that three
the
pointer.
NBA has changed now. So
I get
that's
you.
gonna be.
I just didn't know Edwards. I mean, he's shooting 37% from three. That's not bad. I did not think he was a 37% three shooter. I didn't know he was shooting like
So
that.
what are we what are we at? What number are we at right now?
9,
Do you remember?
9.
9.
You got one more spot.
Um,
Austin Reeves 10. Okay.
nah. You could probably throw a look to Desmond Bane, maybe CJ McCollum
I
for his
think
first time.
I wish CJ would get it, but I'm not so confident. CJ's one of like the most forgotten about. He'll be like one of the most forgotten about scorers of our era.
Yeah, but he'd probably be, he'll be on those lists like, one of the best All-Stars. I mean, players to never make an All-Star game. He'll be on those lists, so.
I think he might be the best player not to make an All-Star game.
Yeah, it's debatable. We're going to have to talk about that one day.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Probably,
he's like the only player to average like above 20 for his career and never make an All-Star game or something. It's wild. But I mean, like
so,
when you look at it, like he wasn't making it over dudes in the West when he was out there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the West just stacked with guards. They were stacked with guards. Yeah. So it's like
They still kind of stack with guards.
It's wild to say that he wouldn't make it, but at the same time, you're looking at who he's going up against. It's like he wasn't better than Dame, wasn't better than Russ, wasn't better than CP3 at the time. Like a lot of guys that he just was not in front of.
So yeah, the All-Star game is really it's not the middle of the season, but it's really painted. It's like the halfway point.
Yeah.
In a sense. So a lot of teams have went through their struggles up until this point, and it's about time to start making like championship picks and stuff like that. So I think we should get into the tiers of the NBA teams up until this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. I got the tiers right here. If you want to change the names, we can.
I think we're good. What? It's just S A B C.
Yeah, I think it's better if we change the names though.
Okay.
Let me know when you can see it. Let me know
Yeah,
when
I
you
can
see
see
it.
it. I can see it. I can see it.
Can you see my face though? Still?
Yeah, I can see you in the bottom.
All right. Can win it all. That's gonna be our first tier. A tier. Wow. Oh, so we can do like championship. Oh no.
What, like conference finals? Conference finals.
Yeah, conference finals. That's the I spelled that wrong. That's crazy.
Potential first round win or like first round outs. Make the playoffs, but they'll get bounced in the first round. So
yeah, make the playoffs. And then C, we can have
you're mid. Mid. And then
mid.
D is
And
tank for Wemby.
Oh yeah. Let me see.
All right, so let's just get the tank for Wemby's out of the way.
Yeah, we're gonna just rapid fire.
You got just
rapid fire tank for Wemby's.
Tank for Wemby's. Detroit, Charlotte.
Where are they at? Oh, here they go.
Detroit, Charlotte.
Okay, got Detroit, Charlotte,
Houston, San Antonio. Okay, so I think Toronto depends on what they do at the deadline. But even if they do trade everybody, I still think they're good enough to be mid. They're not going to be tank worthy. You know what I mean? I don't think Toronto. I think Toronto. I don't think Toronto's that bad. I think
Toronto mid right now. They need to rebuild.
They are mid, but that's what I'm saying. If they trade everyone, I still think they're mid. I still don't think that they're tanking for Wemby. The Thunder are weird. They need to start losing if they want Wembayama.
Oh wait, yeah, the Thunder are not tanking.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Thunder,
That's crazy.
the Magic are the last team I was going to throw in that tank category. I don't know what they're doing.
So for mid, we're gonna go with first. I think we should go obviously with the Wizards. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Traded Rui Hachimura so they can keep this big three intact. The
Dude,
big three they're talking about is Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, and Bradley
it's got
Beal.
championship aspirations. What are you talking about?
All right, Pacers. We gonna put them in
Mid.
Mid. They have some hope for the future though. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'd put Portland in mid.
Yeah, Portland, bro. Dame, you need to get out of there, please, Dame, get out of there, bro.
You could put Toronto in mid.
Toronto, yeah, definitely mid. Bulls mid.
Yeah, I'd put Bulls. I'd put Chicago maybe towards make the playoffs, but they're mid right now. I agree.
No, they're not making the playoffs, and if they do, they're losing first round.
Honestly, Atlanta might be mid.
I was just thinking that. I'm gonna put Atlanta in mid just because they traded 3 first round picks for DeJounte Murray and they're not in the playoffs.
You could put OKC in mid.
No, I don't want to say they're mid though because first of all, their expectations is like they're not
making the playoffs. They're not.
Can we add another one to this or no? Is it possible for us to add another one or is that too much?
So what? Tank for Wemby or mid?
Okay, no, that's not.
You just switched them around.
Yeah, I'm about to switch it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so anyways, I don't know because I don't want to call the Thunder mid because first of all, they're a lot better than we thought. They're not mid though. They're not mid.
We're not making the playoffs. I don't want to make the playoffs. I do not want to make the playoffs. I don't think
they're not mid though.
I don't even think they want to.
The roster is definitely. I don't know. They have a lot of young talent.
Yeah,
Jalen Williams is balling.
Jalen Williams is balling. Shay's obviously doing his thing. I want to see what happens when Chet gets back. I'm curious.
Why do you want to put them in mid though? That's crazy.
Because
they're not mid team. They just.
I'm not gonna
lie.
Bro,
they're like a few spots out of this. They're a few games away from the Warriors.
So I guess that's my question.
Let's change this. Let's change this to playoff push or something like. Because I think the Thunder can be in the play. They're in the playoff push right now.
That's fine.
Realistically. Can we just the conference finals, right? I think if you can make the conference finals, you can win it all. Yes or no?
Maybe.
Yes
yeah. Sure. Just put playoff run.
Okay.
I guess put playoff run.
Playoff push right here. Maybe like first round exit.
That's fine.
First
Not
round
even.
exit.
Just put first round. Like guaranteed to make some sort of thing. Can we put Boston, Denver in the top tier for a second just to get them out of the way? Just put Boston and Denver up there. They're guaranteed.
You said Denver and who else?
Denver and Boston.
Can win it all?
Yeah, we can talk about other teams, but Denver and Boston have to be up there.
Okay. I understand that. I think they're.
I think that's undoubtable. That's easy.
Okay. I'm gonna put the Magic. Let me look at the standings.
Tank. I'm putting Magic tank for Wemby.
They are not tanking. I don't know if you've been watching. They're not tanking.
That's what
Magic are not tanking.
They're 5 games out.
Well, they're 19 and 30.
They're only 5 games away from Charlotte. I don't think they're tanking. They're just not good.
They're not tanking, but they'll be in the sweepstakes for Wemby. Also, they compete every night though, so I like to see that from them.
So if you want to put the Thunder in playoff push, you can put them up there. But I think that's the end of the mid tier. That's the end of the mid tier, right?
They're like hanging off. They're hanging off from playoff push to mid.
That's the end of mid.
I agree with you there. No, the Heat. Well, actually, the Heat have made at first in the first. I ain't gonna lie, the Heat was looking crazy, but they made a run. Right now, the Suns are mid. Right now, because they don't have D-Book, so they're mid.
What do you think about Utah? Do you think Utah's a playoff push team?
Utah?
Yeah, what do you think?
They're in the play-in right now. They're in the playoff. Yeah, they're in the playoff. They're in the play-in right now.
Okay,
they're sitting at the 10 seed.
Utah sitting at the Phoenix sitting at the 9 seed. So why are they a playoff? Why are they mid, not playoff push?
Because without Devin Booker, they're mid. Yes or no?
I mean, sure. But like at the same time, like
let's say, I mean, Devin Booker's obviously coming back, but let's say he didn't though. Knock on wood, they're not making the playoffs. They're probably going to fall to like 11 because I think the Thunder are better than them without Devin Booker. I think the Jazz are better than them without Devin Booker. I think Trailblazers are better than them without Devin Booker. Also, the Lakers are also better than them.
The Lakers, I could look.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where you put the Lakers because I'm not putting them in mid.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
I think I'm going to have to put them in.
I'm putting Golden State and LA in the first round. Easy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to say. I mean,
But
80,
I'm
80,
like, I'm sorry,
80 with 80
they're both
that would be
healthy.
good.
They're both healthy now. We just saw how Steph
You
played
putting
last night. I'm putting them both in first round. Like,
first round. So do you think they can make the? You don't think the Warriors can make the conference finals?
I mean, sure, but I don't think. I think everyone's gonna call me insane if I put them both in the can win it all category. So I'll just make everyone happy and just put them at least in first round. If you want to bump them up, you can bump them up for me. But I'm putting both of them in the first round. Both teams are healthy. Golden State will get up. I think Golden State will get to. I think they'll end as the 3 seed. 3 seed.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Can make some noise. Can make some noise. They can make some noise. They can make some noise.
Yeah.
I think the Cavaliers can make some noise. Wow. With both healthy Clippers can make some noise.
Put Brooklyn in the can win it all.
Yeah, I think the Nets can win the championship.
Put Milwaukee and win it all. Put Philly and make some noise.
Philly can make some noise. It'll take a lot.
Toronto's in mid.
Toronto is in mid. They need to rebuild, right? Playoff push for the Timberwolves.
The Knicks are tank for Wemby. I think
the Knicks are a playoff push team right now.
I think the Pelicans can make some noise. I'm not gonna lie. Their team's built for a decent playoff run. Defense and shooting is good. They have multiple scores. I think they could be can make a push. I think Dallas, if they put stuff together, can make a push. Can make some noise. But right now, I don't know. Memphis scares me.
I think he has to be in playoff push right now. Memphis can. They're on a 5-game losing streak, which we're going to talk about that later.
But they're still. I get it. I'm not high on them, but they're still. They're still a 2 seed. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of have to put them up there.
The Kings.
Like the Kings aren't a playoff
push.
They're not pushing the playoffs. They're in, but I don't think they'll make noise. I'd put Dallas.
They're not making. The Kings are a first round exit in the playoffs.
It depends,
especially since they're the 3 seed.
Who they play, but yeah,
they're the 3 seed, right?
Yeah.
So let's say the Lakers or the Warriors get the 6 seed. It's their.
That's what I'm saying. Like the way that it's set up, like the Warriors. Let's say it stays how it is right now, right? And let's just say, whatever. Let's just say playoff stays how it is. The Lakers are out. The Warriors get to play Memphis round 1. Like they're beating Memphis. Then they play the winner of the Kings and the Mavericks. They beat the Mavericks, last year, right? They beat the Mavericks last year. They're gonna beat the Kings, so that automatically puts them in the conference finals against Denver. You know what I mean? Like, it's like no matter what happens with the playoffs, like unless the Warriors, the Lakers play Denver in the first round, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if they both make the playoffs and they have to play basically any team on here besides the Clippers, maybe I think the Clippers could beat both. I don't know. The Lakers and the Warriors can make a push. Like, they are more experienced. They are, if they get healthy, I guess they are better than majority of these teams out here. So,
all right, we got last team is the Mavericks.
Can make some noise. They still got Luka.
No, I don't. I'm not.
Can make some noise. Can make some noise. Can make some noise.
His surrounding cast is absolutely terrible.
What happened last year in the playoffs?
I guess they can make some noise.
They embarrassed the Suns.
I think the West is going to be a lot tougher this year than last year. But it's all about matchups. I'm going to take a picture of this.
I agree.
So I can post it on my Twitter or send it to Discord, like that. But
who's one team that you think can make the biggest? Who's the one team that can like switch their season around after the All-Star break the most and the least? Like, who's one team that you think will rise and one team you think will fall after the All-Star break?
I think the Timberwolves will be turning their season around a little bit.
Okay.
I think it'll be a lot higher in the standings because first of all, Cat will be coming back. We'll see how that's been working, but I mean they've had some recent success with Anthony Edwards running the show, so I think that's very promising for them. I think the Warriors are definitely going to turn their season around. The Lakers are going to turn their season around. They will be higher in the standings come the end of the season. Maybe the Hawks. The Hawks are interesting because if they can start clicking, they can definitely be maybe in the playoff push. Because right now they're mid. But what do you think? Any teams you think?
I'll give you LA. Like I said, LA and Golden State, if they're healthy, I think they'll go on some win streaks. One team to drop. I think one
One team to
team
drop.
who drop will be Indiana. I like the Pacers, but I think they'll not stuff will fall apart. But maybe they make a deal with the deadline or something. I think they'll drop to bottom 4 seed in the East, bottom 3 seed in the East.
Do you think the Kings can sustain this level
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
play right here?
I think they'll go out and they'll make a move for what? I don't know. I think I love Miles Turner on that team. I
They
think
need defense,
we've
bro.
talked about it. I
Immediately.
think Miles Turner would be really fun on that team.
Pairing Sabonis and Miles Turner again, that would be
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
really cool to see.
Yeah, they need a defensive center. Who's really trading one right now? I don't know, but like, I think if you can go out, I really hope the Kings don't like throw their entire future away because I think they're win now or something. But if you can go out and get a center like Miles Turner, he's on his last year of his deal. Just throw something at the Pacers. You know what I mean? If the Pacers don't get anything,
Yep.
like they just don't lose him. So if you can throw whatever, Davion Mitchell in a first, I don't know what that's going to look like for Indiana, but like throw away some assets just to try and have a quick playoff push, like get some excitement around your team. I think it'd be pretty big for
So
Sacramento.
it would be crazy to see how much Miles Turner affects their defense. I mean, they're one of the best offenses. They actually have
Yeah,
the best
yeah,
offense
no,
in the
it's
league.
wild.
It's
Kevin
just
Herter,
that
shout out Kevin Herter.
they suck. They suck on defense, and
Yeah,
it's really bad.
it's fun to see
Um,
him. It's fun to see him hoop this year though. It's cool. Like they've been the laughing stock of the NBA forever, and they're finally. Did you see they just like re-signed their GM for like a couple years now?
yeah, I saw that. I mean, he's made some. He got Kevin Herter. That was a very good move.
Kevin Herter, Sabonis,
Um,
yes, his pieces worked.
Everybody clowned that Sabonis trade. I gotta say so myself. I did not see that working
I
because
I kind of thought it was
he's
weird
sick.
why they traded Tyrese, but I was kind of I don't know. I I was kind of I like the Pacers. I thought they were a fun team. So when Sabonis left, like I thought they were getting something good, but yeah, I was kind of confused why they did throw like their entire future just to try and have this mid playoff team. But they're playing pretty good this year, so worked out.
Yeah, that's credit to De'Aaron Fox leap.
Agreed.
Coming up though, we have a new segment, Max. I'm really excited about the segment. Let
Yep.
me get this off our screen real quick, though. 1 second. It should be back to normal. So we got this new segment. We was thinking about big deal or no big deal. It's a segment where we just evaluate the stuff that's been happening throughout the week, and we think about some news stories and like, is this a big deal or not a big deal? So we can start off with Kawhi's resurgence. In the beginning of the season, we was hearing a lot of smack talk about Kawhi. He doesn't play. He doesn't like. His passion's not there for the game. But specifically in the month of January, the Clippers are the 5th seed right now, and Kawhi just been balling. He's averaging 27, 6, and 4 on 50, 40, 90. 50% from the field, 55 to be exact,
Huge.
like 45 from the three, and then 90% from the free throw line. He's been cooking. Paul George has been cooking. Is this a big deal for the Clippers? Like, can they make a push, or what are we saying? Like, this is a big deal or no?
Huge deal. I'm not gonna lie, it's a huge deal. Um, I love, like I said, I love Paul George. If you can take the load off Paul George and put it on Kawhi, and then have PG as your number two scorer, I think your team is. Oh, I think their team is great. They need to trade for a point guard. That's the one issue. The John Wall experiment hasn't gone the way they wanted it to. So I think maybe you look. I mean, I've heard Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, right? You kind of see those in Twitter and whatever. You see them trying to go for those two guys. If
Go
you
get Russ or something. We'll take him. We'll take him. I think. No, I don't know.
what are they going to trade you?
Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm not even going to say that because they're really cooked.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. That's what happens. That's a bad idea. No, I think LA. If they try and go out and get a point guard, or even if they don't, I think if you finally have a healthy season of Kawhi and PG, and just overall your entire team, what?
He's been playing back to backs too. I was going to say that. Like he's been
Kawhi,
playing.
yeah. I
some
mean,
back
like
to backs. Yeah.
that's my thing. Their team is just full of two-way guys. You know what I mean? Like you have shooters and you have guys who play defense. They're like very much a positionless team. They have Zubac, they have John Wall, they have Moses. Like, you have like centers and point guards, but for the most part, teams dominated by shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards. You know what I mean? Like they just have guys who could play positionless. Like they could put out a lineup of PG, Kawhi, Norm Powell, Marcus Morris, and Luke Kennard. You know what I mean? You could put out 5 forwards, and they, you know what I mean? They play pretty well. So I don't know if Kawhi can keep this up, go back to his Finals MVP numbers. It'd be really fun to see LA versus LA fully healthy playoff series. I just think overall that team's gonna be a lot of fun. Especially, I know you're saying the West is tough this year, but like there are teams to take advantage of. Like if LA's healthy, I'll put LA in that Golden State and LA tier where it's like you have stars who have done it before, right? Steph's got multiple finals rings. LeBron does. Kawhi does. Like you have players who've done it before. You have pieces who've done it before around. You know what I mean? Like you have Covington, Norm Powell. You have Marcus Morris who have made deep playoff runs in the past, right? Played for Philly and Boston and Portland who have like made playoff runs. Like if you have that kind of team, if you put the Clippers up against Memphis, I'm gonna take the experience and the seniority of any of those teams over Memphis, over Sacramento, probably over New Orleans. Like I'm taking that experience, like where they've been in this position before, they've been in a game 6, a game 7, like games that really matter, not just for you know what I mean, like not just the first round. So if they could put stuff together, get on a couple runs, go up to a 3-4 or 2-3-4 seed, yeah, I'm definitely looking at LA as far as both teams as a place that we might be talking about where the NBA Finals are being played.
Okay, so recently, like last week or a couple days ago, actually, my bad, not last week. Lakers acquired
Ruchi?
Hachimura.
Ruchi?
Rui.
Ruchi?
He got a weird name. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, is that a big deal or no big deal for the Lakers? I'll go first on this. I am the LeBron / Laker fan on the podcast. Wherever LeBron go, I go. So Rui, I think it's very good for us. First of all, we need wing play. Besides LeBron, we need wing play. We don't have a lot of wing play. He's a very good defender. He can space the floor a little bit. He's been improving on that in his game. He's very athletic. He's a very good off the ball. He's a very good cutter. He's just a team player. I think he still has a lot of untapped potential as well. I don't think he could really show that potential in Washington. So even down the line, I think after this season we should re-sign Rui, see how he grows as a player, and maybe he can be a part of our future. But anyways, for the right now, I think it's very big if he's going to get playoff minutes. He has no playoff experience, so I think that's going to. He actually was he playing when they made the first round against the Sixers?
What?
Regardless,
how many years ago?
When Russ was there with Bradley Beal, he might have been playing, but regardless, that's still not much playoff experience. So I think it depends on how well he can do in the playoffs. But right now, I think that's a very good pickup for us. I don't think it's enough for us to make an actual championship run. But Rui's a very good piece. In his first game, he had like 12.
Yeah,
I think he had like 12 of steal, 4 for 7 from the field in limited minutes. So I think he's gonna provide a lot of value for us. So what you think?
So that's what I was gonna say. I keep talking about the Lakers that are healthy and stuff. They could push for playoffs, and yes, they could because they have AD and LeBron. But I do agree. I like the move, but I don't think it's enough. If you want to cement yourself as a contender, I think they need shooting. We've talked about this before. Whether they trade Russ, trade picks, whatever, I think they still need shooting to kind of put them in the upper echelon. Like, yeah, if LeBron and AD and Russ all play great, I think they can easily make the playoffs. But to take the power, take the kind of like the strain, the carrying off of those guys, I think if you can support shooting on that team, getting Doug McDermott, I talk about Isaiah Joe from OKC, Buddy Hield, Gary Trent, any of these guys who can shoot the ball pretty well. You take the load off of most of these guys. Rui Hachimura, it was like his catch and shoot factor. His catch and shoot threes are like
39%.
Yeah. So I think when you have a team with Russ and LeBron who love slashing and kicking it out, I think that's obviously, you know what I mean? I want guys who can shoot off, you know what I mean? Can play off ball, can kind of just get the ball, shoot it instead of having to create their own shot. So I think Rui Hachimura, I guess we'll see. Played pretty well in his first game. If he can pick up defensively too, it kind of fits their scheme. But yeah, I think it's a good pick, but I'd be a little more comfortable if they add a shooter or two in the future. So I'd say it's a mid deal. We'll see how it goes, but not a huge deal. But it's just nice to see them actually taking steps and not just doing nothing. So we'll see.
All right, next topic we have Memphis is 2 and the Pelicans. My bad, not the Memphis. The Pelicans are 2-8 in their last 10 games. What do you think about that?
I think it's.
Is it a big deal or that's not a big deal?
I'm gonna say no. I'll say yeah, it is a big deal, just in the case that the West is so close. Like, you can't afford to lose games. The West is a very, very, very close. They're very close as far as like
They're on a 6-game losing streak.
yeah, I
They're
was
on a
gonna
6-game
say
losing streak, man.
you're a game 2 games apart. When you look at the teams they lost the Heat twice, the Magic once. That's not great. You lose to Cleveland and Denver. That happens. Minnesota, but like you're looking at like who they're beating. They're not beating great teams. They drop one to the Mavericks, drop one to the Nets, drop one to the Celtics, drop one to the Sixers, drop one to the Grizzlies. Like, they're beating the Spurs, Thunder, Pacers. You know what I mean? Like, they're not beating great teams in the recent recent couple of games. The only reason I'm going to say maybe not though is because they're not playing with Bi. Bi is out for whatever reason he wants to say, his toe soreness. It sucks, but I think if Bi gets back in the lineup, I'm not worried about it. But it will turn into a big deal if he's out and they continue to drop these easy games where you fall in the standings from a 4 seed back down to an 8 or 9 seed. You can't do that. Like, literally, what? They have 26 wins. They're 26 and 23. The Clippers are 27 and 24. So, like, literally, if they lose the next game, they drop down to the 6th seed, basically. So you can't be losing these easy games. You got to be grabbing at the low-hanging fruit. You got to be beating teams like Orlando. You at least split with Miami. Miami's not playing. I'm sorry, Miami's not playing that. Like, I think New Orleans is a better
They
team.
dropped 2?
I think Miami's a better. Yeah, they dropped 2. They dropped Miami, Orlando, Miami. I'm sorry, you can't. Miami's would have a better record. I like New Orleans better. I don't know how you can't keep dropping these easy games when the West is so close. And to be honest, positioning matters. It matters a lot to play the Clippers or the Mavericks or the Clippers or the Kings, or you know what I mean. Like, positioning will matter in the West. So,
I mean, at the point they're at right now, they would be playing the Clippers in the playoffs, and I would definitely take the Clippers over them. But yeah, I think it's a big deal right now because you need to win these games. Like you said, the West is so close, and looking at it, the Lakers are only 3 games back from them.
Yeah,
like,
no, I agree.
The Lakers,
I agree. That's
the
what I'm
Lakers
saying.
are only three games back with them. It's really the
Warriors
difference
are a game
at the
back.
top of the West.
Golden
First,
State's a game back. Like, it's not that crazy at all.
yeah. So they keep losing like this, and the Lakers going to streak when AD's return. He's back now, so you know they can shake things up a little bit. So I don't know. They got to get that together.
Can't be dropping them.
Like you said, they've been losing to good teams, which is not good for the playoffs because all the playoffs is good teams. So
it's like Chicago last year. When Chicago couldn't beat the good teams, they got to the playoffs, they get bounced.
I'm not really high on that high on the Pelicans because I think they need one more star, and I also think they just don't have enough experience yet. So that plays a factor as well. Next up, we got Grizzlies losing 5 straight. The Grizzlies on a 5-game losing streak. Ever since that Shannon Sharp thing, they have not won a game.
He shook him out.
Y'all shouldn't have won it up like that, bro. He didn't even deserve that.
Uncle Shannon.
Yeah, so they still high in the standings though. They sit in the 2nd seed because they have such a big gap over like the Kings right now. They I think like 4 games or 3 games ahead of them. So what I'm finna say, or 2 games ahead of them.
So just looking back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So before this 5-game losing streak, they went on an 11-game win streak. So
yeah,
I'm just like, I'll go first. I don't think it's a big deal. I know I've been kind of shitting on Memphis. Whatever. I don't think they can push the playoffs. But as far as regular season, I'm not worried.
Okay, Max though. They play really bad against the West this year, which they have to.
Yes, I have seen that. I have seen that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They play really bad
I think for the regular season, they're cool. They'll keep their seed. But I agree for the playoffs. I'm not high on them for the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, I think the Lakers are a better team. Lost to them. That was a funny game. The Warriors have their number. I'm sorry, like they cannot beat Golden State at all.
No, they definitely do.
They got beat by 33 to Sacramento. That's tough. I'm sorry.
Ja didn't play.
Still, that people say they play better without Ja. I don't get that. I mean, like I don't know. They're still 4 games up, so I think they'll put stuff together. I think they'll end the season as a top 3 seed in the West, but yeah, I'm not thinking it's that much of a big deal. They'll kind of get stuff going again.
Not a big deal. I mean, I think the 5-game losing streak is not a big deal, but their play against the West this year, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary.
Playoffs. That's really scary, and I'm not really high on them for the playoffs either. So then, last thing, actually the last 2 things, we got the Diggs Allen drama on the sideline.
Yeah, transition into football.
Yeah, how big do you think that is for football? I mean, for the Bills,
I don't
like
I don't
that
know.
disconnect between um,
I
Diggs and Allen.
I think it's like we saw. Did you see like the Thanksgiving game where like Diggs got really sentimental? Like I got the best quarterback in the league, right? He was like gassing him up. I think it's just like it's frustrating the way they lost the past 3 years in the playoffs, right? You're so close
Right,
every year. Um, I
not
think,
this year,
huh?
but yeah,
Yeah, I
they
get it.
weren't close.
Yeah, no, it was not close at all. I agree. But yeah, I mean, it's just like you got to look at it like the past 2 years. You make it right. 2 years ago, they did make it to the AFC Championship, right?
Mhm.
They made it there. Not last year, but they made it. They played the
Yeah,
Chiefs last year, and they went to the AFC Championship. I think 2 years ago. But like you're looking at it, and you're just like, the past 2 years you were so close, and now it's like you got blown out at home. Like that's pretty bad. You know what I mean? Like that was not a good game. So as far as like what is next for Stephon Diggs, I don't think he moves on to a new team. Um, I don't know where you're gonna get a better system. I get you're not high on Josh Allen, but he's still a top 3, 4 quarterback, correct? In your eyes,
I think Josh Allen is the third best quarterback in the league,
third best
and
quarterback in the league.
at some point we're gonna see a debate between probably like Herbert and then Jalen Hurts. I think are
I think that's top
coming
five.
soon.
That's top five without a list. I think you have Hurts, Herbert, Allen, Burrow, Mahomes. That's top 5 quarterbacks, not in order. Just saying top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, Allen at 3 right now in my
Yeah,
eyes.
Herbert's at one of my eyes. Anyways, uh, like
What?
I think like the Eli Apple stuff. Eli, you see what he's been saying on Twitter, like trying to respond to everything.
Hmm.
I think like that's just adding fuel to the fire. I think like the Bills have these expectations every year and just can't make it up to them. But like at the end of the day, like I don't know where else Stephon Diggs would go. Like he's not gonna restart his career and go to Chicago. I'd love to go to Chicago, but he's not gonna go to Chicago. He's not gonna go to some team like the Patriots who need a receiver. Like at the end of the day, like Buffalo loves him. Like he is the number one option. Um, he'll be in the playoffs every year. They just got to put it together one of these years. I think they'll go out. They had injuries. Von Miller got injured this year. I think you have to put together like something to try and go and get. I don't even know who's like on the trade block now. Like, they need defense. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they need to bolster up that defense. Defense was just, they left Jamar Chase open that entire game. I don't know who you go and get. Like it's really like they've had 3 years to try and figure this out and they haven't done it.
The
But like
Bills are going to have to. The Bills are going to have to make a Rams level commitment to messing up their cap space, messing up their picks for them to win a
so,
championship.
do you
First of
think?
all, they signed Von Miller to a 6-year, $100 million deal
Do
last
you
all
think
season.
they
So
look to LA and try and go and grab a guy like Jalen Ramsey or Aaron Donald?
I honestly think their defense is not the problem. They had a lot of injuries coming into the game, so
Yeah,
I
but at
don't
the
think
end
that
of
defense is a problem. The defense has been one of the best in the league for the last 2-3 seasons. I think
but honestly, it's not
um,
been good enough.
Trey White was. I know, but Trey White. No, actually, I think the problem in this playoffs run was Josh Allen. Josh Allen was the problem.
He was a little
He
careless
throw.
this year.
He was very careless. He led the league in red zone interceptions. In the game against Miami, he wasn't very good. This game, he wasn't very good. I think Cincinnati has a very underrated defense, which led to that loss.
I agree.
But I honestly think
Do you think
he
Diggs is
needs
gone or no?
probably no Diggs is staying. I don't think that thing is a big deal. Those two guys love each other. They just Stephon Diggs is a
I'm
very
not gonna lie.
competitive
Like
person.
I don't know how you could be mad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Josh Allen said after the game, like we tried to get the ball to him and it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. It's second year in a row. In the playoff game against the Chiefs, he only had I think 7 yards.
Gabe Davis shined out that last year.
Yeah. I think maybe he needs another weapon. And he doesn't have he has the Bills' offense is just do it all. Josh Allen, like he doesn't. They don't have a good scheme. I don't
So
think.
who do you go out and get though on the offensive side? Do you go out and try and get D Hop this year? They could have got CMC. They didn't get him. Like where do you go?
They probably need a running back. I will either go running back or wide receiver in a draft because he needs another weapon. Gabe Davis is so inconsistent.
I think a running back would be
People haven't
interesting.
really made this thing a playoff Gabe Davis thing. It's not real.
I don't think Gabe
So
Davis is not up there.
I don't know. They just spent a draft pick on James Cook though, so that's the big thing. Running back, they just spent a draft pick on him.
So do you
I
go O
think James Cook
line?
could be a decent running back.
Because like I agree. I think the whole thing is like with Josh Allen is, I think if you could take the load off him and get a decent running back, and then you know what I mean, his
They just spent the
run of the
pick on James
football.
Cook though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So like, do you get O line? Do you try like why is that not? You know what I mean? Take the load. Maybe
I
it's a
think they
scheme
need
thing.
another receiver because Gabe
I don't.
Davis is not good enough.
But like,
Gabe Davis is not good enough. But
do you,
Stephon
you're
Diggs is
saying
very elite.
you're saying
So
you look in the draft for a receiver?
yeah, this is a very a kind of deep receiver draft. And I don't think the receivers are going to be gone
Do you think
when
they're going to be in the
all of them are
market?
not going to be gone.
Are you in the market for D Hop?
No, that's too much money. They don't
Are
have
you in
that.
the market
They
for
don't have
Devontae
that money.
Adams?
No, he's staying on Raiders.
So you strictly want
I'm
to
just saying.
draft?
Yes, they have to do in the draft, but they don't have to pay somebody. That's the smartest thing to do. Draft the receiver. I think Josh Allen needs another weapon. I think they can obviously get a guard or a tackle or something like that in the draft as well.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I don't even know that team because like they look good on paper, but they just can't put it together. Um, yeah, I'd say the Bills are a big deal that they're not playing well, but Stephon Diggs is not a big deal.
let's go big deal or no big deal for the coaches hires. Let's incorporate that. Recently, coaches hiring and also coordinator hirings. So we got Jets hiring Nathaniel Hackett
The only reason
as
it's a big deal is because they want Aaron Rodgers. Only reason it's a big deal.
uh, I think that's a big deal because he sucks. He's not a good play caller. Like, he doesn't even call that. Like he's not the main play caller. Like I think he was on.
He called plays for Denver, right?
Yeah,
Because that's my thing.
he called plays for Denver.
He called plays for Aaron Rodgers, and he
Yeah
was only good because he had Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Like that's the only reason why
yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett has his name is because he coached Aaron Rodgers. So I think the Jets are going pushing all in to get Aaron Rodgers. You know what I
He
mean?
was on. I don't know if you know that, but he was on those Jag teams. Those Jag teams that that Jag team that made that deep playoff run. But I mean that was more so because of defense. But I think Nathaniel Hackett. I mean, I don't know. He wasn't a good coach, but it may be different for him as a OC. But I don't think he's a step up from Mike LaFleur, who was what they had last year.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a step up from that. I mean,
I just don't know what they're doing with the
um,
quarterback. Because I'm not gonna lie, Nathaniel Hackett calling plays with Zach Wilson as your quarterback is bad. That's really bad.
everybody's assuming they're going to get Aaron Rodgers, which I predicted, by the way. But Denver hired him last year to get Aaron Rodgers, and it didn't happen.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, Aaron Rodgers will have to leave $60 million on the table to even go to the
Yeah, I
Jets.
don't even know if
So
Rodgers is gonna
I don't
leave.
know.
I don't even know if Rodgers is gonna leave. Sometimes he like scares me. Sometimes like he's just gonna never retire. Just he's weird. I think I don't even know. Like, uh, if they don't get Aaron Rodgers, like, are they just gonna ride it out with? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know it depends on what they do at quarterback.
They're gonna
It
no.
depends on what they do at quarterback.
Robert Saleh has already said they're getting a veteran QB. I don't know if you saw that. He said they're getting a veteran QB. They're not sticking with Zach Wilson. I think I saw a tweet on Twitter. They said it'll be very good for Zach Wilson to learn under Aaron Rodgers. Now those two have had a close
Well, sure,
relationship since Zach
sure.
Wilson has gotten the lead. That'll be an interesting thing. You know, you can teach him. Well, actually, I don't know because he can teach him how to be a better quarterback, but I don't think he can teach him how to be a better person because Aaron Rodgers is a
Yes,
pretty
it's got to be a mental thing.
he's a jackass.
Because Aaron Rodgers, but even then, Aaron Rodgers is cocky. But I feel like I don't even know. Like, Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson are both cocky guys. Aaron Rodgers can just back it up. You know what I mean? He's a
Aaron
good
Rodgers
football.
is selfish too as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you put
You know
Derek
that's my
Carr.
favorite quarterback of all time, but he got some flaws.
Derek Carr. Derek Carr on that Jets team.
Derek Carr.
I think Derek Carr could teach Zach Wilson how to be like. I think Derek Carr is like smart. Like I don't know. As far as a person,
Derek Carr is an amazing person. But I don't know how far that Jet team goes with Nathaniel Hackett at OC and Derek Carr at quarterback.
I don't know.
As much as we want to shit on Russell Wilson, I don't know how much better Derek Carr will be than Russell Wilson.
We'll see next year. I think Russell Wilson is still a good quarterback. I think it's just the whole play calling thing. I'll be curious to see what he does next year. We talked about this before. I love Derek Carr. I think he's a good quarterback. I think Josh McDaniels just not a good coach. Yeah, I don't know. The Jets are an interesting team because if and when they're healthy, when they get their O line straight and stuff, they're a great team. Like they're a great team minus the quarterback. Defense solid. Maybe you get another weapon at receiver, but besides that, your running backs, you have Michael Carter, James Robinson, and Breece Hall. Good. O line's pretty good.
No, they're not going to bring all them back. I think they're going to go with Breece Hall and Zonovan Knight next year. which Zonovan Knight showed some flashes. He was
I'm just saying
undrafted
you
rookie.
have at least four running backs you could say that are decent running. You know what I mean? You have a good 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So your receivers, I'd want to get. You have Garrett Wilson, you got Corey Davis, you got Elijah Moore. I'd like to add another receiver if I'm them.
I think they should cut Corey Davis and add another receiver.
I don't know if you cut Corey Davis. I don't know, Elijah Moore.
He has no value. I don't think a team is going to trade for him. They can just cut him, get him off the books.
I don't know.
Pay him what he
I don't know how much he paid, but if you can try and get a 6th or whatever, a day 3 pick for him, cool. If I don't even know what his contract is, but you can keep him as a 4th wide receiver. I'm not even mad at that. But if they're in the sweepstakes for a Devontae Adams or for a D-Hop, if you get D-Hop and you get Derek Carr or you get Aaron Rodgers, that's a scary team. You know what I mean? Like, if you get Aaron Rodgers and you could try and get D-Hop, you have a great receiving core, good running backs,
That is
good
a
defense.
lot of money. That is a lot of money.
I'm not going to lie. Hey,
lie.
it's New York. It's New York. What can I say?
Yeah.
It's New York. So, I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting team, but if they don't get anything at quarterback, they're not an interesting team. I don't care about them. So
Panthers hire Frank Reich.
don't care.
You don't care?
Don't care.
Why don't you care?
It's the Panthers. What do they have?
Listen, I think this is a big deal,
Why?
Max.
Frank
Reich. Let me go. I think this is a big deal because Frank Reich is a very good coach. He was
very good coach.
He's a very good
What's he
coach.
done?
I mean, look, listen to what he's had. He's had what's his name?
He had 2017
Yeah,
NFL MVP Matt Ryan, and he couldn't do anything. That's terrible.
He was there. He was there in those years where he was in there in that 1 year where Carson Wentz almost won MVP. So Frank Reich is, first of all, he's a good play caller. I think he's a good quarterback developer. He just hadn't had a chance to develop a quarterback. In Indiana, they gave him Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, and like Jacoby Brissett and people like that. Like he's a good coach. He just hasn't had the quarterback to actually do it. And I think they'll draft C.J. Stroud. And I think C.J. Stroud will develop really good under Frank Reich in the future. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that's a good hire for them.
I don't care.
And he's the first quarterback in their
I think that's cool. That's
system.
cool. But like at the end of the day, I think we'll be in the same position next year talking about the Panthers drafting top 6, thinking about what's next.
No, I don't think we will. Well, if they do, that's fine because we just saw the Jaguars be very bad with a generational quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, and then next year make the playoffs.
That's different. Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence.
The situation.
Trevor Lawrence.
The situation. Okay, I understand that. The situation is a little bit different, but the Panthers have some good offensive pieces. They have they lost Christian McCaffrey, still had a very good running game. They have DJ Moore, and they have a good promising young stars on defense as well. And then also,
I think their defense is interesting. Their defense is interesting. Their defense is interesting. They got Brian Burns
I think it's
and they
similar.
have J.C. Horn. That's their defense is kind of nice.
I think it's similar to the Jags because you get a good coach, a well-experienced coach. Not one of these. I understand that. I was just about to say that Doug Peterson is not. I mean, Frank Reich is not Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson is a Super Bowl championship winner, but I think Frank Reich is a good coach. He has a 54% in his career. He's been dealt some bad hands, and I think he's going to show that in the Panthers. I think the Panthers are moving in the right step in that division. Also, the division sucks. So who knows?
I'll agree with that.
It's kind of theirs for the. It's kind of the division is theirs to win this year.
Yeah.
Because if Tom Brady is not coming back to the Bucs, Atlanta sucks unless they get Lamar, and then
they still suck at that Lamar. I'm sorry, they still suck at that Lamar. Lamar can't do enough to help that team.
They're not stuck in Lamar.
So I think the only difference with the Jags and the Panthers is last year the moves the Jags made were big. They signed Brandon Scherf. They signed 3 receiving options. Boy's out a little like they made moves, right? At the time we didn't think they were great moves, but they made moves.
That was a year after, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So what are the Panthers
on a timeline?
What are the Panthers gonna do to make moves? That's what I'm saying. If they make moves, cool, it's a different story. But they have not made moves in the past. All they've done is trade away their superstar. So I mean, because I'm not gonna lie,
they can make moves in the draft though. They can make moves in the draft.
Yeah, but I'm not. I think
that's how the Jets did it.
I get it. But I'm just saying,
anybody.
I think if you put a rookie quarterback in a situation, I think the best running back you could have for a rookie quarterback is Christian McCaffrey. That's the best running back you could put with him because literally you just can throw checkdowns the entire game and dude's gonna get it. You know what I mean? I just think that'd be the perfect situation. So
they had one of the top rushes in the league though this year, even without Christian McCaffrey. After he left, they said one of the top rushing attacks. In the
running
league.
attacks, right? Like running the ball.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I had Devontae Foreman and I had who was the other backup? It wasn't Chuba, it was one other guy. But they're not throwing checkdowns; they're just running the football. So I get it. You want to run the football, take pressure off your offense.
Because they have a very good offensive line now. They have a decent offensive line
Yeah,
now, so they can run the
they
ball
draft?
really
They
well.
draft
They drafted
Ikwanu from NC State
yes,
last
yes,
year.
they drafted Akana.
I'm not gonna lie,
He
it
was
was
good in his first season.
Ikwanu was good, Evan Neal was good, Charles Cross. They all played pretty well this year.
Evan Neal got a little ways to go.
Okay.
He's gonna be like Andrew Thomas. He's gonna be like Andrew Thomas. Evan Neal gave a lot of sacks. I'm not gonna lie.
Andrew Thomas had a good year this year.
This year,
Yeah.
his rookie year, he was terrible. So I think
he had a good year this year.
He's gonna need, but so he's gonna develop like Andrew
Gotcha.
Thomas. I think Evan Neal, he gave up a lot of sacks this year. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes he looked like he didn't know he was doing, and then people were just beating him.
Yeah.
But next we have what do we have? Oh, Mike LaFleur. Or is it Matt?
Mike.
No,
Mike.
Mike LaFleur is going to the Rams as a offensive coordinator. I think it's not a. I think it's a big deal because he has some familiar. How you say that word? Familiarity with Sean McVay. What kind of word of the day? Familiarity. He has some familiar. I'm not going to say it again. He's familiar with Sean McVay. So
Sean McVay.
It's not that big of.
It's a big deal. Sean McVay is going to retire in a couple of years, and Matt LaFleur is going to go coach the Rams when Rodgers leaves. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's like, I don't know. I think Sean McVay is still the guru over there. So as long as he's there, I'll believe in their coaching. It just depends on what kind of players they have playing for them on the field. I think their OC and DC is kind of whatever right now. I think Sean McVay is one of the best coaches in the league, so he'll help out.
That's pretty open shut. This weekend we have some very good games. Both of these games might be one of the classics in the playoffs. So, we got
we talked about this.
Two.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, they both play Sunday? I thought one played today.
No.
My God!
I like that. I didn't want one game on Saturday, one game on Sunday. I didn't want that.
I talked about this in the last pod. I would love a Philly KC matchup. I want that so bad. I think Philly fans and Kansas City fans, the Andy Reid Bowl.
That'd be lovely.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be so much fun to watch. But deep down in my heart, the NFL never wants me to be happy. So I think it'll be San Fran. And I'm not gonna lie, I want Patty to win.
Make your picks right now.
I want
just make a bold claim.
I know you'll go into it, and that's what I'm saying. I just they beat them 3 times in a row. I think the Burrowhead thing. I think they're getting a little too greedy with that. The whole Burrowhead. Have you heard that? They're saying Burrowhead and Arrowhead. I think Pat Mahomes he's looking healthy and stuff. They gave the Chiefs they switched the line when they saw Mahomes get healthy. I want to be wrong, but I'll go with San Fran and Cincinnati.
San Fran and Cincinnati are your
Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Listen. I'm about to spit right now. Okay. First of
all,
which
game? About both games or just KC?
Both of them.
Okay.
Both of them.
Go.
First of all, the Eagles are about to beat the 49ers. And I'm saying this very clearly right now. I've been getting the playoffs wrong on this podcast the entire time. But this one, I'm very sure. The Eagles are not losing to the 49ers. As much as people want to say, oh, the 49ers they're an all-star team. The Eagles are a real all-star team. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, the best offensive line in the league.
I think it's going to be fun to see the Niners defense versus that Eagles offense. It's when it's like the Niners offense and the Eagles defense. It'll be cool, but everyone's going to be watching to see Fred Warner, Jalen Hurts. You want to see Jamie Ward, A.J. Brown. You know what I mean? Like that, Nick Bosa and that O-line. That's going to be the matchup that, honestly, for the weekend. When Philly has the football, I think all eyes will be on the TV, more than anything else, because that Eagles defense is crazy. The Eagles offense is crazy.
Like I said, the Eagles are a real all-star team. They have Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders is a decent back, a very good offensive line, elite play calling, and then on defense, as much as the linebackers and the front seven for the 49ers is good. The Eagles have a good pass rush. They just added the Dominican Sue. They fixed their running. They picked
them up for the playoffs, or when they get them?
Yes. No, they got them in the regular season. They have the Dominican Sue. This is a real all-star team. They have Dominican Sue, BG.
BG's having a great year.
This year. BG's having a good year. Do they still have Fletcher Cox or Mont Turpin?
I think they cut him and they re-signed him to a cheap deal. Let me check it up. I think they do.
Regardless, they have the best pass defense in the NFL. I don't know if you know that. They have the best pass defense in the NFL. They're going to force
Yeah,
49ers to run the ball.
He's still playing. He's still playing for him, I think.
Okay, so listen, they're gonna force the 49ers. They're gonna force the 49ers to run the ball, which they are also very good at stopping that. So they can't pass against them. They're not gonna be able to pass against them. I don't think Brock Purdy is gonna be able to pass against the elite Eagles defense. First of all, they got James Bradbury. They got James Bradbury, Darius Slay, C.D. Gardner-Johnson. Like they star-studded on the offense and defense. The Eagles have to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm not gonna lie, because they went out and signed every single body, and also these players have to get paid next year. C.D. Gardner-Johnson has to get paid next year. Bradbury is getting paid next. He has to get paid next year. They have to win it. Their championship window was now, and they have to win it. The Eagles have to win the Super Bowl.
The only thing about that game is, I'm just saying, Brock Purdy's inexperienced. I love Jalen Hurts, but he's inexperienced right now. I think there might be a play.
Bro, he's about to. Jalen Hurts is about to show y'all, bro. He's about to show y'all. I'm not even like a big Jalen Hurts fan, but he's about to show y'all.
He's carried my fantasy team for 2 years. My team has been my head hurts for like 3 years. Jalen Hurts. I hope he succeeds. But like Sam Frank's
that's an absolute amazing name. That's an amazing name for a fantasy team.
My head hurts because literally because I can't win my championship and my team is, I don't know. Long story. We'll talk about it another day. But the San Fran defense is the real deal. I get the Eagles offense is, but I don't know, man. Like that San Fran defense is what they did to Dak Prescott. What they did that entire.
I'm sorry to inform you, Max, but Jalen Hurts is not Dak Prescott.
100%. 100%. But I'm just saying, like, that entire...
Jalen Hurts is about to show his ass this game. He's going to show his ass. I'm telling you, bro. He's been through a lot since his college. Oklahoma, Alabama, had to sit behind Carson Wentz. This man he's a very good leader. He's a very composed person. He's the son of an Army or police officer, one of those.
Jalen Hurts, the son of, I think he does want to prove everybody wrong. I think he does want to prove everyone wrong. It'll be a big, they have
to go to the Super Bowl.
This is a legacy game for Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean?
Now let me get into my spiel about.
You can start talking about this next AFC. One. I won't say a single word. You say everything.
Because I'm heated. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm seeing from Cincinnati. Y'all calling this place Burrowhead? Like y'all just poking the bear. Y'all really want to play with Mahomes like that? Like Mahomes is not the greatest quarterback. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah,
listen. Greatest playoff quarterback ever. That's what we talking about. Patrick Mahomes, the greatest playoff quarterback ever to play ever. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop poking the bear. Y'all calling it Burrowhead. But let's not even get into the antics surrounding it. First of all, yes, the Bengals are down 2 offensive linemen. Alex Kaplan. Who else, Max? Who else? The other one?
I think 3. I think Marpet. I think Marpet, Kappa, and Lyle Collins, Kappa, and Williams.
Right. Down 3 offensive linemen. Do you know
their running game looked good last week?
That's fine, but do you know the Chiefs have the best? They have.
Frank,
they literally have.
I think Chris Jones was playing well. I agree.
They had in the regular season. They have the 5th best sack percentage and had one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. In this game. They're gonna get after Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's gonna play well. He's gonna get the ball out fast. But as we know, Spags defense. They step up in situational moments. What's his name? Jalen Watson, one-hand interception last week to seal the game. Jalen Watson. He had that one-hand interception to end the game last week against Jags. But listen.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a rookie. So we got also you didn't mention George Karlaftis. We got Trey McDuffie. They're having rookies play very, very big time
big minute
play right now. Big minutes. So I think this defense is going to only continue to get better throughout the entirety of the last of the playoffs or whatever. But then on offense, listen, Patrick Mahomes is him. He's the best quarterback in the league by far. I don't want to hear any conversation.
Yes, Pat Mahomes is the best. Pat Mahomes is the best. It's not close. It's not
right, but let's not have this argument after. Let's say the Bengals win. We're not having these conversations.
If the Bengals win the Super Bowl,
no, we do not.
Have to have the argument.
No, we don't. No, we don't. There's no arguments. No, it's not. We're not having. It's not even a conversation. If Burrow wins
the Super Bowl, I think
the Bengals have a better team than the Bengals have a better team than the Chiefs, bro. Offense,
I don't know.
Offense, yes. Defense, yes. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, they have a better team than them. But so listen, I hate when people do like QB wins, QB matchups. That's not a quarterback stat, like, bro. First of all, in basketball, it shouldn't be like that.
This is what we're not talking about.
But
Everyone yells at me when I say, "Oh my gosh, the Chargers team sucks," but we still have to look at the quarterback.
I agree
stats.
that
The quarterback stats.
that's I
You know
understand
what I'm
that. I
saying?
understand
Like
that, but
I think that if you switch teams, sure. I think Mahomes and the Bengals is disgusting. That's not fair. But I'm just saying, like, you have to look at the stats and you have to look at like performance, right? If Burrow wins this, I'm not gonna lie, I probably have to take back my Herbert comment because Burrow's gonna have.
yes, you do.
That's what I'm
What
saying.
the fuck?
You're
You should
looking
have
at
been took
this,
that back.
huh? No, I'm
You
sticking.
should have been took that back.
No, I'm sticking with it. If he wins the Super Bowl, I gotta take it back, but I can't right now. If Burrow goes out and wins the Super Bowl this year, you have to look at it, and he didn't make the playoffs. He made the Super Bowl in his second year?
Yes.
Made the Super Bowl second year, won it in his third. And I get Mahomes Mahomes won it in his, whatever, second or third. But, like, they have similar playoff success. And I get it. Mahomes has been, his completion percentage, his yards, touchdowns is great. And I would still take Patrick Mahomes over Joe Burrow. I understand. But there are going to be people who say Burrow is the best quarterback in the league. And
those people will be dumb because Patrick Mahomes, first of all, he's on one ankle right now. I don't know how well
yeah,
it
that's
was
what I'm saying.
healed.
How do you think it's going to how much of a factor do you think it's
Yeah,
going
they're gonna force him to try to get out that pocket, see how
He
healed
looked
the
pretty
ankle
healthy.
is.
Like we said, he looked pretty good when he was. We saw him out at warm-ups. We saw him walking off press conferences and stuff.
My boy's the greatest. My boy's the greatest. He will. I think they're beating the Bengals. I don't think you're beating Patrick Mahomes 4 times in a row. I think the Chiefs will be motivated. They know what they have to do. I think they wanted to see the Bengals. They wanted the Bengals to win so they can see
100%.
So they can see
100%.
the Bengals again. Patrick Mahomes does not want any quarterback in the league to say they beat them 4 times. And I think it would be Eagles, Chiefs, Super Bowl.
You got KC?
That's gonna be one of the best. Oh yeah, for sure. You're not gonna go with KC, but I just think the Eagles might win the Super Bowl this year. Like, they just made so many moves. They have to, bro.
I think an Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl would be the most fun.
The Chiefs defense is gonna be a downfall. The Chiefs defense is gonna be the downfall.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's always been the case. I feel like. I as much as I say we're a Brock Purdy podcast, I don't want to see Brock Purdy win the Super Bowl right now. I don't think he'd.
No, that would be insane.
That's what I'm saying. It just, I don't know. I
can't wait till they lose because then we can have a conversation. We can have a whole debate about who's going to be a starting quarterback next year.
That's like I get it. I think
Garoppolo, Lance.
I don't know. I think if they don't win, then yes, it's gonna. If they win the Super Bowl, Purdy's back in. But if they don't, then you'll talk about it. Do you go out and get Aaron Rodgers? Do you go out and get Tom Brady? Do you keep Purdy? You know what I mean? Like, you have to look at it. There's a lot of.
They should go Trey Lance.
I think they'll trade Jimmy G. I think they'll keep Trey Lance and Purdy. It's just a matter if they go out. If they can get Lamar, disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But I don't think I just don't think they have the money. But so we have the complete opposite. You got KC and Philly. I got San Fran and Cincy.
Yeah, San Fran's not beating Philly, bro. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope you're right. For this one, I did not want you to be right with the Cowboys because they suck. But I hope you're right with this one because I don't want to sit through a Cincinnati and San Fran Super Bowl. I just don't like either team. They both kind of annoy me. So I'd be down to see Patty Mahomes win another one. I'd love to see Jalen Hurts hoist up that trophy. But I'm not gonna lie, it's just like did you see that one thing on TikTok where it's like the script's been leaked and there's like a couple grocery stores had Bengals and Niners stuff up. They had like Bengals and Niners like balloons.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're like Bengals and Niners balloons. And they had like posters and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, the script's been leaked and stuff already." So I don't know. I'm not sold on. I'm not, to be honest. I'm not gonna say I'm not sold on any team. I just think all teams. I mean, obviously, there's 4 teams left. All teams are pretty good. So I think any team has a chance to win. I think that Arrowhead will be absolutely. It'll be. Oh my gosh, that place will be loud as hell. Like, that place will be going insane. Same with Lincoln Financial. That place will be going crazy too. That's what I'm saying. If you have a Philly and KC matchup, that's what I was saying earlier with Philly and Buffalo. Like, the amount of fan support coming out to that game in Arizona will be insane. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't the Bengals and Niners fans, like, yeah, they're there, but like Philly and KC, their fans are crazy. You know what I mean? Like, 2 of the toughest places to play in football. We know about Philly fans with Ben Simmons. We know about Philly fans with, you know what I mean? Like, they're just rude. They are crazy. Last time they won the Super Bowl, they burnt cars. They were doing everything. You know what I mean? Like, those 2 teams, I think
they stole CD. Well, somebody stole CD's car.
I did see that. That's crazy. I just think if those two teams can make it, it'll be that whole entire weekend will just be going up to it would be crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I want to see what Zay and Jaden have to say. But regardless, I think both games will be. I agree. I think the Bengals will be the Chiefs Bengals game will be a shootout. I think the Niners Eagles game will be more of a ground game. I think it'll be a slower pace game. But yeah, I think both of them could be classics. I hope it snows. I want one snow game in the championships, but I don't think that.
Yeah, that would be the lead. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up this episode. I think it was a very good episode. I like the tiers things and the news segment.
Just trying to get some stuff
That
out
was
this
really
weekend.
good.
We had to get some stuff out this weekend.
Yeah, we had to get
happening.
out 2 episodes this week. A lot of stuff happening with everybody's situation, trying to get the times right with everything. So we did a Saturday episode. Wanted to get out some football content before the game tomorrow. And so yeah, I appreciate you, Max, for coming on today early in the morning. This episode probably gonna go out in like the next 2 or 3 hours. Gotta edit it. I got the thumbnail and all that other stuff already. So
good.
Yeah, appreciate you, Max, for coming on.
Yep.
We will be back Tuesday. I will be having probably like a special guest come on very soon for you guys. But
Tuesday we'll talk about. Hey,
okay.
Tuesday will be Super Bowl predictions. We're talking about Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do all that.
All right, appreciate you guys.
All right, see y'all.